Hello dear students, welcome in this maths class. Let's solve this question. The question is, which of the following pair of linear equations has unique solution, no solution or infinitely many solutions? In case there is a unique solution, find it by using cross multiplication method. So first part is given this. So first of all, we should know what is the general form of pair of linear equations in two variables. So this is general form a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0, and then a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So here if a1 over a2 does not equal to b1 over b2, then there is unique solution. Then pair of lines or pair of linear equations have unique solution, means lines are intersecting these and the intersecting point is the solution of this pair of linear equations. So it will be a unique solution. And when it is a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2, then in this case there are infinitely many solutions. These lines are coincident lines and it will have, this pair will have many solutions. So, and the third option is when a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 but does not equal to c1 over c2, then there is no solution. There is no solution because lines are parallel here in this case. So first of all, we have to find for each part this option, and if it is a unique solution, then we will find with the help of cross multiplication method. So let's start the question. So on comparing with the general form of pair of linear equations in two variables, here a1 is here 1, b1 is minus 3 and c1 is minus 3, and then a2 is 3, b2 is minus 9 and c2 is here minus 2. So first of all, we'll find out a1 over a2. So it is 1 over 3. So let's find out b1 over b2. b1 over b2, it is minus 3 over minus 9. Minus minus cancel, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are 9, that is 1 by 3. See here, a1 over a2 here is equal to b1 over b2. Let's find c1 over c2. c1 over c2, that is minus 3 over minus 2. Minus minus cancel, it is 3 by 2. So we'll write, since a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2, because these are 1 by 3 but does not equal to c1 over c2, so this pair of linear equations have no solution. So this pair of linear equations have no solution. Now let's do the second part. So this is 2x plus y minus 5 is equal to 0. In question it was 2x plus y is equal to 5. So I brought this 5 to left hand side to make it into standard form. So here 8 was in this side, so I brought this 8 in this side, left hand side. So here a1 is, you write here a1 is 2, b1 is 1 and c1 is minus 5. Then a2 is here 3, b2 is 2 and c2 is minus 8. So let's find out a1 over a2. So a1 over a2 is equal to 2 over 3. Now here b1 over b2, that is 1 by 2. So these are not equal. We will need not to find out c1 over c2 because these are not equal. So we'll write, since a1 over a2 does not equal to b1 over b2, so this pair of linear equations have unique solution. So we'll find this unique solution by cross multiplication method. So in cross multiplication method, first of all we'll write here x, here y and here 1. Now we'll start writing the coefficients here of these x and y and then constant terms here. So what we do, we'll start from the coefficients of y. So it is 1 and 2. Here -5, then -8. Then it is 2, then it is 3. So suppose this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So we'll start from 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. We will follow this order here. 2, 3, 1, 2. Again I repeat here 2, 3, 1, 2. So let's write. It is 1 and 2. So we'll write below x 1 and 2. Here -5 and -8. Here 2 and 3. Here 1 and here 2. So now we'll do cross multiply. See here how. We'll write here x over something is equal to y over something. We'll write here later on is equal to 1 over something. So below x, what we do, we'll do cross multiply. This multiply by this minus this multiply by this. So it becomes 1 into -8. So we'll write directly -8 minus this into this means 2 into -5. This is below 8. Now below y, -5 into 3, -5 into 3 minus -8 into 2, or you can write 2 into -8, right? Now here below 1, 2 into 2 minus 3 into 1, that is 3 only. So this way. Now let's see what will be there. X over, it is -8 and -2 into -5 is +10 is equal to y over -5 into 3 -15. -2 -8 is +16 is equal to 1 over 2 2s are 4 minus 3, that is 1. Let's see. So now we can do here. So it is x over -8 plus 10. Sorry, we can write here +2. Now I write here next line. X over here -8 plus 10 is +2 is equal to y over -15 plus 16, that is +1. Then 1 over 4 minus 3 is 1. So 1 by 1 we will equate x over 2 with 1 by 1, then y over 1 with 1 by 1. So we can get the values of x and y from here. So first of all we will have x over 2 is equal to 1 by 1, and here we will have y over 1 is equal to 1 by 1. So from here x is equal to 2 and from here y is equal to 1. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1 is the unique solution of this pair of linear equations. So let's do the third part. So this is our third part. So first of all we'll write this into standard form, or you can say like this way. That implies we'll bring 20 to left hand side and 40 also to left hand side. So it becomes 3x minus 5y minus 20 is equal to 0, and then 6x minus 10y minus 40 is equal to 0. Here a1 is here 3, b1 is here minus 5, and c1 is here minus 20. So here a2 is 6, b2 is minus 10, c2 is minus 40. So let's find out what is a1 over a2. So a1 over a2 is equal to 3 over 6, that is 1 by 2. b1 over b2, let's see, b1 over b2, that is minus 5 over minus 10, that is also, I think it is 1 by 2. Let's find out c1 over c2, that is minus 20 over minus 40, minus minus cancel, so it is, you can say 1 by 2. So since a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2, then there are infinitely many solutions. These pair of linear equations are coincident. So we'll write there are many solutions. So a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2. So this pair of linear equations have infinitely many solutions. So fourth part students can do themselves. So this way we can solve these questions. Thanks for watching. Students, let's solve this question. The question is, for what values of a and b does the following pair of linear equations have an infinite number of solutions? So this pair of linear equation is given to us. We need to find the value of a and b such that this pair will have infinitely many solutions. So for a pair of linear equations, there are three kinds of solutions. Number one, unique solution. Number two, infinitely many solutions. And number three, no solution. So for unique solution, the condition is a1 over a2 does not equal to b1 over b2. And for infinitely many solutions, the condition is a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2. And for no solution, the condition is a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 but does not equal to c1 over c2. Here it is asked that infinitely many solutions of this pair of linear equations. So we will apply this condition here. Now if you compare this equation with standard form or general form of pair of linear equations, that is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0, then you see that a1 is here 2, b1 is 3 and c1 is here minus 7. We will bring this 7 to left hand side, so it will be minus 7. Now a2 is a minus b here, b2 is a plus b and c2 is minus, and this will complete this term will come in the left hand side, so it becomes minus bracket 3a plus b minus 2 and bracket close. So let's write now. So this is written. First of all, I have written this into standard form, that minus this 7 I have brought to left hand side, and here 3a plus b minus 2 brought to left hand side. Now here a1 is 2, b1 is 3 and c1 is minus 7, a2 is a minus b, b2 is a plus b and c2 is minus 3a plus b minus 2. So this pair of linear equation has infinitely many solutions. So we will have the condition a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2. So pair of linear equations have many solutions if a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2. Now here a1 is 2 over a2 is a minus b is equal to b1 over b2, that is 3 over a plus b, that is equal to c1 over c2, that is minus 7 over minus 3a plus b minus 2. Here minus can be cancelled. So first of all we will equate these two and we will get one pair of linear equation, and then we will equate these two and we get the another pair of linear equation. So we will solve these this pair of linear equations further. So let's see how. So we'll write when this is equal to this. Now we will cross multiply this, 3 into this and 2 into this. So 3 into a is 3a minus 3 into b is 3b is equal to 2a plus 2b. Now bring all these in the left hand side, so it becomes 3a minus 3b is minus 2a minus 2b is equal to 0. So it becomes, here we will write here, it becomes 3a minus 2a, that is a. Now minus 3b minus 2b, that is minus 5b is equal to 0. This is our first equation. Now we'll equate these and we will get the second equation. So we'll write when 3 over a plus b is equal to 7 over 3a plus b minus 2. So cross multiply. We'll multiply with 3 this and with 7 this. So let's multiply with 3. So it is 9a plus 3b minus 6 is equal to, with 7 you multiply, 7a plus 7b. Now all terms will be brought in the left hand side. So minus 7a minus 7b is equal to 0. So 9a minus 7a is 2a. 3b minus 7b is minus 4b. Then minus 6. I can take this minus 6 to right hand side, that is plus 6 now. This is second equation. Now we'll solve equation 1 and 2 and with the help of elimination method. So in elimination method we need to make the coefficient of either a or b in both these equations. So here coefficient of a is 1 here, coefficient of a is 2 here. So if I multiply equation 1 by 2, I get the same coefficient. So we'll write multiply equation 1 by 2. So we get here 2a minus 10b is equal to 2 into 0 is 0. And second equation we'll write as it is. Now since the signs of coefficient of a is the same, so we'll subtract the equations because we need to make the signs different. So by subtracting the signs will be changed. So it is plus, then it is becoming minus. Here minus becomes plus, plus becomes minus. So this is cancelled. Now minus 10b plus 4b, that is minus 6b is equal to here minus 6. So b is minus 6 over minus 6, that is 1. Minus minus cancel and 6 ones are 6 ones are. So b is coming 1. So b is 1. So now we'll put the value of b1 in equation. You can fill in equation 1. So we'll write put b is equal to 1 in equation 1. So let's write a minus 5 into b is 1 is equal to 0. So a minus 5 is 0. So a is equal to 5. Hence required value of a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 1. So this way we can solve this question. Thanks for watching. Students, let's solve this question. The question is, for which value of k the following pair of linear equations have no solution? So this pair of linear equation is given and we are to find the value of k such that this pair will have no solution. So first of all, we'll compare this pair of linear equations with general form of pair of linear equations. So this is general form is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So there are three kinds of solutions. First is unique solution. So in unique solution, the condition is a1 over a2 does not equal to b1 over b2. And there is a second kind is infinitely many solutions. So in this kind of solution, the condition will be a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 is equal to c1 over c2. And third type is no solution. No solution is there when it is a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 but does not equal to c1 over c2. So if this condition is there, then there is no solution of pair of linear equations. So we'll apply this condition here because he is asking that this pair of linear equation have no solution. So we'll apply this condition. So let's write the question now. So given pair of linear equations is 3x plus y minus 1 is equal to 0. Here minus 1 is brought to the left hand side. Now 2k minus 1 x plus k minus 1 into y minus 2k plus 1. So 2k plus 1 is also brought to the left hand side. The sign is changed. So I have taken the sign before bracket only. Now if I compare this pair of linear equation with general form, which is this, then we will get that here a1 is 3, b1 is 1 here, coefficient of y is 1, c1 is minus 1, a2 is 2k minus 1, b2 is k minus 1 and c2 is minus 2k plus 1. So this pair of linear equations have no solutions if we'll write this pair of linear equations have no solution if a1 over a2 is equal to b1 over b2 but does not equal to c1 over c2. This is the condition where there is no solution. So now a1 over a2 is 3 over 2k minus 1. b1 over b2 is 1 over k minus 1. Does not equal to c1 over c2 is minus 1 over minus 2k plus 1. So we can cancel this minus sign. Okay. Now what we do, we will equate these two. So we will have from here, we'll write when, we'll take these first two. So it is 3 over 2k minus 1 is equal to 1 over k minus 1. And here we can cross multiply and we can get the value of k. So 3 into k minus 1, that is 3k minus 3. Now 1 into 2k minus 1 is 2k minus 1. So that implies 3k, and bring this 2k to left hand side, it becomes minus 2k is equal to here minus 1, and minus 3 becomes here plus 3. So it is there 3k minus 2k is k is equal to plus 2. So k is plus 2. Now we'll fill the value of k here also in this also plus 2, and we'll see that this condition is satisfied or not. So let's fill here also. So we have this condition 1 over k minus 1 does not equal to 1 over 2k plus 1. So after filling k is equal to 2, this condition should be satisfied. So put k is equal to 2 on both sides. So it becomes 1 over 2 minus 1 does not equal to 1 over 2 2s are 4 plus 1. So 1 over it is 1 does not equal to 1 over 5. So which is true? Which is true? Means this condition is satisfied. So hence k is equal to 2 is required value of k. So this way we can solve this question. Thanks for watching. Students, let's solve this question. The question is, a part of monthly hostel charges is fixed and the remaining depends on the number of days one has taken food in the mess. When a student A takes food for 20 days, she has to pay rupees 1000 as hostel charges, whereas a student B who takes food for 26 days pay rupees 1180 as hostel charges. Find the fixed charges and the cost of food per day. So in this question, there are two kinds of charges in the hostel. So first charge is fixed charge and other one is the charge per day food taken. Okay, so suppose fixed charge is rupees X and charge per day suppose is rupees Y. So this is fixed charge X. This has to be given by every students. Whatever somebody is taking food for 10 days, for 15 days, whatever somebody is taking food for 2 days or 1 day, this X is to be paid along with the charges per day. Okay, suppose somebody is taking food for 3 days. So he has to pay X, he has to pay as fixed charge, plus if he is taking food for 1 day, then it is 1Y. If 2 days, it is 2Y. So if it is 3 days, then it is 3Y. So suppose somebody is taking food for 20 days, suppose 20 days. So the cost will be, X will be fixed charge that he has to pay, plus for 20 days, she or he has to pay 20Y, because 1 day it is 1Y, for 2 days it is 2Y, for 20 days it is 20Y. So this is total cost which has to be paid for 20 days. Means 1 X cost, that is fixed charge, that is to be paid, plus for 20 days per day it is Y, then for 20 days it is 20Y. So X plus 20Y is the charge given for 20 days, and that charge is given in the question as 1000 rupees. So this is our first equation. This will be our first equation. Now the cost for 26 days. So see, for 26 days, this is fixed charge that is to be paid, plus if somebody taking food for 1 day, it is 1y, for 2 days it is 2y, or for 26 days it is 26y. This is the charge for 26 days, and that is given in the question as 1180. This will be our second equation. We'll solve these two equations by any of the method. We'll solve here by elimination method, and then we'll get the value of x and y. That will be the fixed charge, which is x, and the cost of the food per day, that is y. We will find out. So this we will do the question. Let's start the question now. So this is written: let fixed charges be rupees x and cost of food per day be rupees y. Now charges paid for 20 days is rupees 1000. So I tell you how to find out the charges for 20 days. This is x. This is fixed charge that is to be paid, plus if somebody is taking food for 1 day, it is 1y, for 2 days it is 2y, so for 20 days it is 20y. This is 20y is equal to 1000. This is our first equation. Now the second is charges for 26 days. So we'll write charges for 26 days, that is rupees 1180 given. Now how we can pay this? X is fixed charge, plus for 26 days it is 26y, that is 1180. This is our second equation. Now we'll solve these two equations with elimination method. So let's write these equations together. Now we have these two equations: x plus 20y is equal to 1000, and x plus 26y is equal to 1180. Now we are to make the coefficient of either x or y in both the equations the same. So this is already there. Coefficient of x is here also 1, here also 1. So, and the sign of 1 is also same, that is plus 1 plus 1. So we'll subtract these equations. When the signs are same, we always subtract the equations. So we'll subtract these equations. So for subtracting, the signs will be changed. Plus becomes minus, plus becomes minus, plus becomes minus. So now this plus sign, plus x and minus x will be cancelled. 20y minus 26y, that is minus 6y, is equal to this is 1000 minus 1180, that is minus 180. So minus minus sign will be cancelled. So it gives you 6y is equal to 180, and y is 180 over 6. 6 ones are 6 threes are, so 30. So y is equal to 30. So we'll put y is equal to 30 in equation number 1. So we'll write put y is equal to 30 in equation 1. So it becomes x plus 20y, y means 30, is equal to 1000. Now x plus 20 30s are 600 is equal to 1000. So x is equal to 1000 minus 600, that is 400. So fixed charges are 400 and charges per day is rupees 30. So we'll write here. So fixed charges is rupees 400 and charges per day is rupees 30. So this we will do this question. Thanks for watching. Hello dear students. Let's do this question. The question is: a fraction becomes 1 by 3 when 1 is subtracted from the numerator, and it becomes 1 by 4 when 8 is added to its denominator. Find the fraction. So this type of question, first of all, let's assume that numerator is x and denominator is y. So fraction becomes x over y. This is numerator, this is denominator. You can assume any variable here, like a and b, like v and u, whatever you can assume. So first condition is a fraction becomes 1 by 3. It means this becomes 1 by 3 when, let's see, when 1 is subtracted from the numerator. He's saying that from numerator, if I subtract 1 and denominator remains same. So fraction becomes 1 by 3. So see here, when 1 is subtracted from the numerator, so it becomes 1 by 3. So it becomes 1 by 3 when 1 subtracted from the numerator. So from here we can get first equation by cross multiplying, and second is it becomes 1 by 4. It means 1 by 4 it becomes when 8 is added to its denominator. It means this is numerator, this is denominator, when 8 is added to its denominator. Now we'll cross multiply and we'll get the second equation. So we will have the pair of linear equations. We'll solve that and find the value of x and y. And if x and y value come, then we can find that fraction also. So let's start the question. So it's written, let numerator be x and denominator be y. So fraction becomes x over y. Now according to question, when 1 is subtracted from the numerator, it becomes 1 by 3. It means when 1 is subtracted from the numerator, so x minus 1 it is, so it becomes 1 by 3. So from here we can cross multiply and get the linear equation. So multiply with 3, it becomes 3x minus 3 is equal to y. Bring this y to left hand side and 3 to right hand side. So it becomes 3x minus y is equal to 3. So this is our first equation. Now the second equation is, if 8 is added to its denominator, it becomes 1 by 4. Now in the fraction, if 8 is added to the denominator here, so it becomes 1 by 4. So this is, now we'll cross multiply. So with 4, that is 4x, and 1 into y plus 8 is y plus 8. Bring y to left hand side. So it becomes 4x minus y is equal to 8. This is our second equation. So we'll write here solving equation 1 and 2. Solving equation 1 and 2. We'll write these equations together here. 3x minus y is equal to 3 and 4x minus y is equal to 8. Now we need to make the coefficient of either x or y same in both the equations. So here you see the coefficient of y is minus 1 here, and here also it is minus 1. So this is already same. So we'll proceed with the subtraction because signs are same. So if signs are same, we have to make the signs different. So by subtracting these, the signs will be changed. So plus 4x becomes minus 4x, plus minus y becomes plus y, plus 8 minus 8. So y will be cancelled. So what is left? 3x minus 4x is minus x, and 3 minus 8 is minus 5. So x is 5 here, minus minus cancelled. So put x is equal to 5 in any one of the equations. So I am putting here in equation 1. So let's see what y will come. So it is 3 into x, that is 5, minus y is equal to 3. So 3 5s are 15. 15 minus y is equal to 3. So we'll take this 15 to right hand side. It becomes minus 15 plus 3. So it becomes minus y is equal to minus 15 plus 3 is minus 12. So minus minus cancelled. So y is 12. So x is 5, y is 12. So required fraction is x over y. So x is 5 and y is 12. So 5 over 12 is the answer. So this way we can do this question. Thanks for watching. Dear students, let's solve this question. The question is, Yash scored 40 marks in a test, getting 3 marks for each right answer and losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. Had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer and 2 marks been deducted for each incorrect answer, then Yash would have scored 50 marks. How many questions were there in the test? So in this question, what we do, suppose Yash gave x right answers. Suppose he has given answers of x questions as right and he gave y questions as wrong answers, suppose. Now see what is his marks now with this first condition. First condition is 3 marks for each right answer. So for one right answer 3 marks, for 2 right answers 3 twos are, for 3 right answers 3 threes are, for x right answers then it is 3x. So again I tell you, for each right answer 3 marks, for 2 right answer 3 twos are, for 3 right answers 3 threes are 9 marks, if 4 right answers 4 threes are 12, if x right answers then 3 into x, 3x. This is marks given for right answers. Now losing 1 mark for each wrong answer. So 1 mark wrong, one question wrong, then minus 1 mark. 2 questions wrong, minus 2 marks. 3 questions wrong, minus 3 marks. Then y questions wrong, then minus y marks. So this is the marks obtained by Yash in first condition, and that marks are given here 40. So this will be our first equation. Now for second equation, let's see. He's saying that had 4 marks been awarded for each correct answer. So now for the correct answer 4 marks are there. So see, he has given x correct answers. So for 1 correct answer 4 marks, for 2 correct answers 4 twos are, for 3 correct answers 4 threes are, for x correct answers 4x are, that is 4x. And now 2 marks deducted means minus 2. So 2 marks deducted for each incorrect answer. So for 1 answer incorrect, minus 2. If 2 answers incorrect, minus 4. 2 twos are 4. For 3 incorrect, minus 2 threes are. 4 incorrect, minus 2 fours are. So y incorrect, minus 2 y's are, or y twos are. So again I want to revise this. This is for 1 correct answer 4 marks are awarded. For x correct answers, that is 4x marks. Now deduction will be there. For 1 incorrect answer 2 is less. Less means minus. For 2 incorrect 2 twos are 4 is less. For 3 incorrect 2 threes are. For y incorrect 2 y's are. That is this. Now this is the marks obtained in second condition, and the marks are 50. This is our first equation, this is our second equation. We'll solve these equations and get the value of x and y. So this way we can write this, and let's start the question. So it is written, let number of correct answers be x and number of incorrect answers be y. In first case 3 marks are given for correct answer, so marks will be 3x. Now 1 marks is deducted for each wrong answer, so there are y answers are wrong, so minus y marks, and the total marks are given in first case is 40. This is a first equation. On for second equation, 4 marks is awarded for each correct answer. So there are x correct answers, so 4x marks will be awarded. Now 2 marks are deducted for each incorrect, so there are y incorrect answers, so minus 2y. For 1 incorrect it is 2 marks. For 2 incorrect it is 2 twos are. 3 incorrect it is 2 threes are. Y incorrect it is 2 y's are. That will be minus. And the marks in second case is 50. This is the second equation. Now we'll solve these two equations with the help of elimination method. So in elimination method we make the coefficient of either x or y same in both the equations. So if I multiply equation number 1 by 2, I get these both coefficients same. So I'll write multiply equation 1 by 2. So I get multiply by 2, it is 6x minus 2y is equal to 42 are 80. And second equation we'll write as it is. So now the signs of these is that is same, so we'll subtract the equations because we have to make the signs different. So by subtracting the signs will be changed. So 4x becomes minus 4x, minus 2y becomes plus 2y, plus 50 becomes minus 50. Now these are cancelled. 6x minus 4x is 2x is equal to 80 minus 50 is 30. So 2x is 30, so x is 30 over 2, that is 15. So value of x is 15. Now we'll put x is equal to 15 in any of the equation. So let's put x is equal to 15 in equation 1. So let's see, 3 into x is 15 minus y is equal to 40. So 3 5s are 45 minus y is equal to 40. So that implies minus y is equal to 40, and this 45 will come to the right hand side, becomes minus 45. So minus y is equal to minus 5. So y is equal to 5. So he has given answers of 15 questions as correct and answers of 5 questions as incorrect. So we'll write total. So it is asked that how many questions were there. So total questions were that is correct plus incorrect, that is x plus y, and that is 15 plus 5. So total questions were 20 in this question. So thanks for watching. Dear students, let's solve this question. The question is, places A and B are 100 km apart on a highway. One car starts from A and another from B at the same time. If the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. And if they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the cars? So the condition is that there are two stations A and B, and the cars are standing on point A also and on point B also. Now there are two conditions. That first condition is when the cars travel in the same direction. When the cars travel in the same direction, then they meet after 5 hours. Okay, see here, if the cars travel in the same direction at different speeds, they meet in 5 hours. And if they travel towards each other, then they meet in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the cars? So there are two conditions. So first of all, what we do, we will assume the speeds of the cars now. So let speed of the car at A be x km per hour and speed of the car at B be y km per hour. Now the first case is when cars travel in the same direction. See how? Suppose at this is point A and this is point B. These are two places. Now if car at A will move towards this side, arrow is there in this side, and the car at B is also moving towards this side, then both are moving like this way. Okay, so this is called the same direction. They are moving in the same direction, both of them. Then after 5 hours they will meet at some point. Suppose after 5 hours both cars are at point C. Suppose at point C they will meet here, but after 5 hours, then what we do, we'll find the distance traveled by car at A in 5 hours. That will be AC distance, because it travels in 5 hours from A to C, and distance traveled by the car at B in 5 hours, that is only BC distance. Then only A has reached to point C and B has also reached to point C. Okay, so we will find out their distances after 5 hours. So it will be, for car A it is AC distance and for car B it is BC distance. Now you observe that the distance traveled by car at A is 100 km more than the distance traveled by the car at B, because first of all car A has reached at point B 100 km more than B, because B is already at this point, that is 100 km apart from point A. So the car at point A travels 100 km more to reach point C than car B, because the car at B has traveled this much distance and the car at A travels AC distance this much distance. So difference of the distances between these two cars traveled in 5 hours is 100 km difference. Okay, so we'll write here now. So for car at A point, speed of car at A point, that is x km per hour, and the time is 5 hours. So the distance traveled by the car at point A in 5 hours is speed into time, that is 5 into x, that is 5x kilometer distance. So AC distance is 5x kilometer. Now for car at B, now speed of car at B point is equal to y kilometer per hour, and the time given to it is 5 hours. Now the distance traveled by the car at B is speed into time, that is 5 into y, that is 5y kilometer. So now you can observe from here the distance traveled by the car at A is 100 kilometer more than the distance traveled by the car at B. Okay, so we can apply here equation that distance traveled by the A, that is 5x, minus distance traveled by the car at B, that is 5y, is equal to 100 kilometer. So our first equation will be 5x minus 5y is equal to 100. Written here 5x minus 5y is equal to 100 kilometer, because distance traveled by A is 100 kilometer more than the distance traveled by B. So 5x is distance traveled by A and 5y is the distance traveled by B. So it is there. So I'll divide this equation on both sides by 5. So it is there. X minus y is equal to 20. This is our first equation. Now we'll go for the case 2. Case 2 is where or when the cars travel in the different directions. So this is case 2, when cars travel in different directions. Now how these are different directions. Suppose car at A is traveling in this direction and car at B is also traveling in this direction. So this is called opposite directions, different directions. This is different directions. I have put the arrows also. So if they are doing so, if they are traveling in the different directions, they meet in 1 hour. See, it is written in 1 hour. Suppose in 1 hour the distance traveled by the A is this. Suppose after 1 hour the car at A will reach at point this, and car at B is also reaching at point this, because they are meeting each other after 1 hour if they are traveling in the same direction. Okay, then at point C both are these. So first of all, what we do, we'll find the distance traveled by the car at A in 1 hour and then distance traveled by the car at B in 1 hour. So that distance's sum will be 100 kilometer, because total distance is 100. Suppose A is traveling 40 kilometer, then B has to travel 60 kilometer, so that they will meet in between AB. Okay, so the sum of the distances traveled by the car at A and car at B will be 100 kilometer in this case. So first of all, we'll find the distance traveled by the car at A in 1 hour and the car at B in 1 hour. So that distance will be 100 kilometer. So let's start. So we'll write speed of car at A is equal to x kilometer per hour. Time is here 1 hour. So distance traveled is speed into time, x into 1, that is x kilometer only. Now speed of car at B is y kilometer per hour, and time is given here, that is 1 hour only. So distance traveled by the car at B in 1 hour is y into 1, speed into time, that is y kilometer. Now according to question, the sum of these two distances is 100 kilometer. I told you this, that if car at A is traveling 40 kilometer, then car B has to travel 60 kilometer, so that they will meet at the anywhere in between AB. So according to question here, the sum of the distances traveled is 100. So according to question, x plus y is equal to 100 kilometer. This is our second equation. Now we'll solve equation 1 and 2. So let's solve. So I have written these two equations together. Now with elimination method we will solve this. So already the coefficient of y is same also and in different sign, so we'll add these two equations. So adding these, y will be cancelled, so it becomes x plus x, 2x is equal to 120 and x is equal to 120 over 2, that is 60. So we'll put x 60 in equation 1, put x is equal to 60 in equation 1. So we'll get here 60 minus y is equal to 20. So minus y is equal to 20 minus 60 and minus y is equal to this is minus 40. So y is equal to 40. So it means speed of the car at A is 60 km per hour and speed of the car at B is 40 km per hour. So this is speed of the car at A point is 60 km per hour and speed of the car at point B is 40 km per hour. So this way we will solve this question. Thanks for watching. Hello dear students, let's solve this question. The question is, the area of a rectangle gets reduced by 9 square units if its length is reduced by 5 units and breadth is increased by 3 units. And if we increase the length by 3 units and breadth by 2 units, the area increases by 67 square units. Find the dimensions of the rectangle. So here we need to find out the dimensions of the rectangle. Dimensions means length and breadth of the rectangle we need to find out. So there are two conditions given. In the first condition, it is said that if we reduce the length of the rectangle by 5 units and breadth is increased by 3 units, then area is also reduced by 9 square units. And the second condition is, if we increase the length by 3 units and breadth by 2 units, the area is also increases by 67 square units. So let's start. First of all, we'll assume length and breadth x and y units. So let's assume that, now it's written, let length of rectangle be x units and breadth be y units. So area of rectangle is length into breadth, so it will be x into y square units. Now first case is length is reduced by 5 units. So in first case length will be reduced by 5 units. So earlier it was x, now it is x minus 5 units. And breadth is increased by 3 units. So it means new breadth is increased by 2 units. So y plus by 3 units, sorry, y plus 3 units. It is y plus 3 units. Now the area, new area will be, so we'll say according to question, new area will be x minus y means length into this is breadth. Now new area gets reduced by 9 square units. So earlier area was xy, now new area is reduced by 9 units, means minus by 9 unit. So we'll solve this equation. So we'll multiply with x to y plus 3, so it becomes xy plus x into 3 is 3x minus 5 into y is 5y minus 5 into 3 is minus 15. Now we'll bring this xy also to left hand side, so minus xy and minus 9 as it is. Now that implies xy cancelled because these are of opposite signs. So 3x minus 5y is equal to 15 to right hand side, it becomes plus 15 minus 9. So this equation will be 3x minus 5y is equal to 6. So this is our first equation. Now in case 2, length is increased by 3 units and breadth is increased by 2 units. So in case 2, the length is increased by 2 units. So it will be x plus 2 units. And breadth is also increased by 2 units. It is also, length is increased by 3 units, and breadth is increased by 2 units. So breadth will be y plus 2 units. Now the new area becomes, I'll write here, it is, so according to question, new area is new length into new breadth is equal to, now it is said that new area is also increases by 67 square units. So earlier area was xy, now new area is also increased by 67. It means xy plus 67. So we'll solve this. So with x we'll multiply these two, so it becomes xy plus x into 2 is 2x plus 3 into y is 3y plus 3 into 2 is 6. Bring this xy to left hand side, it becomes minus xy is equal to 67. So that implies xy will be cancelled. So 2x plus 3y and 6 will go to right hand side, it becomes minus 6. So 2x plus 3y is equal to 61. This is our second equation. Now we'll solve these two equations by elimination method. So we want to make the coefficients of x same in both the equations. So if I multiply this equation by 2 and second equation by 3, so I get the coefficient of x as 6 in both the cases. So I'll write multiply equation 1 by 2 and equation 2 by 3. So let's multiply with 2 this equation. So it becomes 6x minus 10y is equal to 12. And this by 3. So it becomes 3 2 is 6x plus 3 3 is 9y plus 61 3 is 183. So now the signs of the coefficient of x is the same. So we'll subtract these two equations so that the signs will be different now. So it becomes minus, it becomes minus, and it becomes minus. So this is cancelled. Now minus 10y minus 9y, it is minus 19y. So minus 183 plus 12, that is minus 171. So minus minus cancelled. So y will be 171 over 19, that is 19 ones are 19 nines are. So it means y is 9 here. Now y is 9 here. Now what we do, we'll put the value of y as 9, put y is equal to 9 in any of the equations. So I'll put in equation number 1 y as 9. So let's see, y as 9. So it means 3x minus 5 into y is 9 is equal to 6. So it becomes 3x minus 45 is equal to 6. So 3x is equal to 6 plus 45. So 3x is equal to 51. So x is equal to 51 over 3, that is 17. So x is 17 and y is 9. It means length of the rectangle is 17 units and breadth is 9 units. So length of rectangle is 17 units and breadth is 9 units. So this way we will do this question. Thanks for watching.